Hello and welcome to Physics with Amol sir. So this video is for class 9th and we are going to continue with our chapter motion. Today we are going to see a very important derivation, that is to derive the three equations of motion using the graphical method. Okay, so let's begin. So this derivation is very important. Okay, from the exam point of view, as well as this is going to help us understand graphs a bit more. Okay, so we are going to derive the three equations of motion by using something called as the graphical method. Okay, now what I want you to do here, okay, you are going to sit with your notebooks. Okay, as I am solving on the board, you are going to make the diagram and you are going to write the steps of this derivation one by one. Is that clear? And you can pause the video if any step you have to write properly. Fine. So let's begin. So now we will derive the first equation of motion that you know very well is V is equal to U plus AT. This is also called as velocity time relation. So this is our first question today. Derive velocity time relation using graphical method. Okay. So here is the graph. So we have a velocity time graph. So on the y-axis we have velocity, x-axis we have the time. Okay. This graph shows us the motion of an object that is having uniform acceleration. Okay. From A to the point B. When the object is at A, it is having initial velocity U. When it reaches point B, it has got final velocity V. Fine. And for this particular motion, it is going to take some time T. Fine. That is our graph. Then what we have done, we have drawn some perpendiculars. So from B we made a perpendicular on the x-axis which meets at D. From B we made a perpendicular on the y-axis which meets over here. Fine. So this is our situation. Now we want to derive the velocity time relation, that is V is equal to U plus AT. Okay. This is the relation we want to derive right now. Okay. So let us begin. So as we said, the object is moving from point A to point B. Initially it had velocity U and then it had velocity V. Okay. So as I have told you before, the slope of velocity time graph gives the value of acceleration. I hope you remember. Okay. And this particular line, you can see it is a straight line. So it is a uniformly accelerated motion. Fine. So to derive this, I am going to say, we know that acceleration is given by slope. So if A is the acceleration, this will be equal to the slope. And how much will be the slope? BC upon AC. I hope you remember that formula also. Previously we have already seen this. Okay. So acceleration will be equal to the slope of the graph. And that slope, so A will be equal to, how much is slope? BC upon AC. Correct. Now how much is BC? This is BC. Okay. You can see that BC is nothing but V minus U. Correct. You can see this part is BC. So it will be BD minus CD. So I can write BC as V minus U, because see B, it corresponds to V over here and C corresponds to U. So this length BC will be V minus U upon AC. This is AC. It corresponds with OD, which is nothing but the time. Okay, the time interval to go from A to B. So AC can be written as T. So I get A is equal to V minus U by T. Or if we rearrange this, we can write V is equal to U plus AT. Hence proved. Okay. So by doing this, we have derived our first equation. Okay. This is the velocity time relation. V is equal to U plus AT. I hope that derivation was understood. Now maybe for the first time we are seeing such kind of derivations. So if you take some time to understand it, that is absolutely okay. Do not worry. Okay. Just go through the derivation one more time and then I assure you that you will find it very simple. Now let us derive the second equation. Okay. This is our position time relation. So now we are going to derive the position time relation, which is S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Okay. So our second question is to derive the position time relation. and I'm sure you remember the meaning of all the symbols. So S stands for the distance. So now we want to find out a formula, okay, for this distance. For this you have to remember the second thing we learned about VT graph. First thing was the slope of the graph gives the acceleration. Second thing we have learned that area below the graph gives the distance. Okay, so from A to B, if you want to find out how much was the distance covered, we have to find out the area below the graph. So you will see, to find out area, we have made this perpendicular. Okay, so you will get a figure ABDO. Okay, or ABDOA. This is our complete figure. Okay, and if we find the area of all this, we will be getting the distance. Okay, so we will say that the distance from A to B, let us call that as S. Distance will be given by area of the quadrilateral. Okay, which quadrilateral it is? A, B, D, O. Correct. So the distance S will be given by area of quadrilateral A, B, D, O. Now you can see that this quadrilateral is made up of actually two geometric figures. One is the right angle triangle ABC and the other is the rectangle ACDO. So I can write this as equal to area of right angled triangle ABC plus area of the rectangle is ACDO. Okay, so what we are treating? We are treating this trapezium as actually two geometric shapes. One is a triangle, the other is a rectangle. Fine? Okay. Now how much is the area of triangle ABC? You know the formula for area of right angle triangle, half base into height. So this I can write as half. How much is the base? AC into how much is the height? BC. Okay, this is area of for the triangle plus area of rectangle. Area of rectangle is given by length into breadth. So AC multiplied by CD. This is the area of the rectangle. And now we will substitute for these values. AC you can see is equal to OD, which is equal to the time. BC, okay, BC you can see is nothing but V minus U that we have previously derived. So we will get half. In place of AC you can write T, and in place of BC you can write V minus U. So what we will get? V minus U multiplied by T. Correct? Plus AC into CD. AC is time, CD is U. So this will become UT. From previous relation you can see that V minus U is nothing but A into T. How? See, go to the previous relation. Previous we have derived V is equal to U plus AT. Correct? So if you rearrange this, I will get V minus U is equal to AT. Is that correct? So this V minus U we can actually write as AT. So what this will become? This will become half AT square plus UT, and this is equal to S. And if you just rearrange, you will get S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Okay, this is our second kinematic equation. Okay, this is how we derive using the graphical method. Once again, let me repeat. If you are finding these derivations little difficult, that is fine. You just have to read them once again and they will make sense. Now let us do our third derivation. We are going to derive the third kinematic equation, which is our velocity position relation. What is the velocity position relation? V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Okay, so now we want to derive the relation V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Let us begin. Once again we will start with our understanding that area below the graph gives the distance. Okay, so once again I will say S is the area below the graph. Okay, that is distance. Distance will nothing be equal to area of the quadrilateral A, B, D, O. But now we will treat this as a trapezium. This is a trapezium, correct? There are two parallel sides. Therefore, this quadrilateral ABDO is a trapezium. And you know the formula for area of trapezium. Okay? The formula for area of trapezium is half multiplied by sum of the parallel sides multiplied by the height or the distance between the two sides. Okay? So how we can write it as? I can write S is equal to half into sum of parallel sides. Which are parallel sides? AO and BD. So AO plus BD. Okay. And multiplied by the distance. How much is the distance? Distance is AC. Okay. If this formula is confusing or you are not able to remember, please you can check any old math textbook or notebook. This is the formula for area of trapezium. Okay. And now let us put the substitutions. We will get S is equal to half as it is OAO plus BD. So this is U plus V into AC. Okay, AC is the time. Yahan tak I hope you are clear. Now there is one substitution we will make in this relation. Okay, look at time. We have already seen that V is equal to U plus AT. This we have derived previously. We can rearrange this to write T is equal to V minus U upon A. Correct? We can write time like this, and this we will substitute in our equation. So what we will get? S is equal to half U plus V into T, and the value of T we will write as V minus U by A. So I will get 1 by 2 U plus V or V plus U. V plus U into V minus U, this upon A. Okay, and this relation you will see, this looks like A plus B into A minus B. Okay, that is a mathematical identity. So A plus B into A minus B is nothing but A square minus B square. So what will happen? We will get S is equal to V square minus U square upon 2 into A. Okay, so we got S is equal to V square minus U square by 2A. Rearranging, you will write V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. This is our required relation. Okay, so I hope this entire derivation is understood. So I agree that today's derivations would have seemed little bit difficult, okay, and also lengthy. So as I said to you, you are going to write them in your notebooks compulsorily. Unless and until you are writing, these things will always look difficult. Okay, and as I said, from exam point of view, this particular thing is very, very important. Okay, so you have to make sure that you have understood this one question. Now, day after tomorrow, we are going to have an online class, okay, on Google Meet. During that class, I will solve any doubt that you are having about this particular question, okay. But till that time, make sure you have seen this video, okay, and you have written it. Pause the video wherever writing work is there, okay, and make sure that you have written it properly, okay. Thank you.